Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the prime time action here. Saturday, September 14th, the college football slate. All right, I'm going to have 5 of my best bets. All right, this is where I give you guys 5 picks for these late games that I'll be betting. Not necessarily sure which ones are actually make my card, but these are my best bets, the games I'm looking to attack. So in this video, hopefully you guys all take away kind of some information and knowledge that will leave you in a better position as you look to attack this evening slate within the college football ranks. So let's get down into it. Quick recap here of what's going down on the channel. Please subscribe down below if you have not already done so. Smash that like button and let's get into it, okay? Also, if you guys are looking for a Discord to join, it's totally free. There's a link down for that. And if you want to become a channel member, there is a link to if you want to give back to the channel. That's one way you can do so here on this platform, okay? But as we get into it, we're going to get into the odds jam and talk about some of these games. All right, and this is where we look into kind of what's going on. And I do have 5 best bets. This is something where we talked about a lot of picks in my the early kicks as well as the afternoon games. But in these primetime games, there's a lot of big numbers out there. There's a lot of numbers I like, and we're going to talk about it. And the first game being is we're going to get into the UTSA Texas game, okay? And as we look into Odds Jam, and guys, if you aren't using Odds Jam, there is a link down below. Make sure you sign up with them and use my promo code TBM. If you're not making bets with Odds Jam, and I do talk about Outlier at times, these are the 2 tools I use to kind of navigate my bets as I make my way through not just football, but if you guys follow me for baseball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We do some extreme kind of value plays just because we find the best number available. And you'll see the big discrepancies within college football lines. Closing line value is key. College football points are worth way less than NFL points, but still, make sure you're making the best bet possible. Sign up today using OddsJam for 35% off, and check them out. Click that link and check out what OddsJam has to offer, okay? First game we're going to talk about is UTSA and Texas. Now, as we dive into this game, we can talk about kind of what's going on within the Roadrunners and the Longhorns squaring off. And yeah, a lot of people are thinking that this is going to be a trap game for Texas, but I think this is something where we look at what Texas was able to do in dominating fashion against Michigan. For those of you that didn't watch that game, they have an NFL caliber skill position core, okay? A lot of these guys can play on Sundays right now, and now they're facing a team where UTSA, we have to talk about it because they just cannot score points, and it's just a huge mismatch. So we saw what happened to UTSA. They just lost 49-10 against Texas State, and that's something where I know Texas State is kind of that dark horse team to make the playoffs for some of them. But for me, this is a blowout. I think that Texas covers the 35 points pretty handedly, so I do like Texas minus 35 in the spot. It's going to be a big number. I think Texas lights up the scoreboard. Quinn Ewers makes a Heisman kind of, does what he needs to do. It's not going to be a statement game, but I definitely think he fills the stat line up, and Texas covers the 35 with ease. So that'll be my first official play within UTSA and Texas, okay? This game will be played in Austin, all right? Now, the next game worth noting is going to be a kind of a game where I don't really have too much to talk about in terms of this team, in terms of a handicap, but we're going to talk about Kennesaw State and San Jose State, all right? The simple handicap here is San Jose State kind of did not score any points against Air Force Academy, and against Sacramento State, one of the worst teams in college football, giving up 24 points. I look for Kennesaw State to get it done offensively. I think they're going to keep this number close. I think we can get a 18.5 out there, and that's a number that I like. So Kennesaw State plus the 18.5 on the road against San Jose State. That will be a bet that I will be making. Definitely the sharper side in this matchup, where we look for Kennesaw State to kind of take care of this and cover this plus 18.5 if you can find it in the market. All right. And then the next game, which will be a game that everybody's watching, the SEC kind of darling here, Georgia Bulldogs. Until Georgia gives up a touchdown, I'm not going to get off that train. So we're going to look at what the number is right now. And you can see right now we're seeing 23.5 and as low as 21.5 in terms of the best number available. Whatever you can bet. I was able to lock in the minus 21 a little earlier in the week when I did my kind of early look-ahead video. So 7:30 kickoff on ABC. This is where Georgia goes on the road. They're going to Lexington, and this is something where boing both of these offenses, the only thing you got to worry about is the pace of play. So Georgia and Kentucky, this has been a kind of a grind out game. But I think 3 touchdowns. I'm not going to bet this over 21. So if you do find a number over 21, that's probably a little bit too much. But I think that they get it done, winning by 3 touchdowns against Kentucky. Their defense is kind of where I'm at. So we might get a 21. We might get a 27-3 kind of game. It's just something where these games have historically went to the under. This is why we're seeing the total set at 45. But I think that Georgia, this is something where they have only allowed 6 points. So I don't think that's going to be something that changes in this spot. Georgia's defense comes into town. They're going to be geared up to play. They're going to be ready to play. And Georgia looking to take care of business. Minus 21 against Kentucky. That will be my 3rd best bet. And then let's get into Colorado State, an in-state matchup, rivalry game, if you will, another one that we have in week 3. This is one where we can find a 58.5 in the market. I'm going to take the over 58.5. I like this bet a lot for a lot of reasons. I think that Colorado responds in a big way. Colorado State, normally this game is a grinded out game. It's been closer to the vest. A lot of the public will be betting Colorado, especially off of the loss against Nebraska. Failing to score points, they put up 10 points. I look for this offense to get going, and I'm going to take the Buffalo to kind of come out offensively and get the job done. Shedeur Sanders, going to tip my cap. I think he's going to be a fine NFL quarterback, and I look for Dion and company. Usually I fade them, and I want to go under, but this is something where we're seeing a lot of the money being on this over. I think Colorado State gets it done effectively. Jay Norvell has always played Colorado tough since we've seen the Rams take on the Buffaloes since Dion has come into the fold here for Colorado. I look for points in this one. I know Colorado State, nothing really too impressive in terms of that. They got blanked by Texas against Northern Colorado, 38-17. They were able to win. But I think this is where Colorado lights up the scoreboard. Look for them to get into the 30s, and then we just need Colorado State to keep this one a little bit close, and we'll push this total over the 60. So that will be my 4th best bet that we will have. I'm sorry, my 3rd best bet that we will have, okay? Now, a little bit down the odds board, we can find Kent State and Tennessee. Tennessee is stock up. Tennessee definitely is a contender to make the college football playoff, especially with the 12-team format. For me, this is going to be on the over, okay? Kent State, we look at this game, and we look at Kent State scoring, kind of 24 points against Pittsburgh, a very defensive-minded team. Tennessee likes to run with pace. We all know what they're able to do within their style of offense. That's going to be the quickest show on field. And this is where I look for the Volunteers to score in bunches against a MAC school. I think that we get a couple points on Kent State side, and I think Tennessee gets into the 50s. So I'm going to be taking the over 62.5. I did bet the 62 a little earlier in the week, so I took Tennessee over 62 as my 4th official play, okay? So I think Tennessee really hangs up a big number, and this game is going to be firmly out of reach at halftime, and then we get some garbage time touchdowns late in the second half, and this is going to be one where I think that we can see a lot of touchdowns where 62 is going to be one of those numbers I think we eclipse, okay? And then I did talk about the Georgia-Kentucky game, and that is kind of going to be wrapping up my best bets. I look for this to be an exciting matchup, a lot of rivalry games, a lot of week 3 rivalry games, but nothing really prime time, nothing really noteworthy in terms of that. But those will kind of be my 5 plays with the primetime slate. Here's a quick recap if you haven't seen it. Make sure you guys all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what you guys will be betting down below in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do have 2 other videos with my kind of early kicks as well as the afternoon slate as well. So if you're watching this early enough, make sure you check out those videos. And we'll see you tomorrow for NFL best bets as well. Thanks, guys. Good luck with your picks. Cheers.